This is Greg, the Uber driver. Today is Wednesday, July 26th, and I have a question specifically for Governor DeSantis. Governor DeSantis, I want you to provide us a list of 5 or 10 things, and if you've done more than this, provide that list of the things that you've done since you've been governor the first term and now the second term to make the lives of Floridians better. I want to know very specific. And I want things that are preferably measurable if possible, such as, real estate prices. What have real estate prices and the cost of housing done in Florida since you've been governor? Actually, we are probably now one of the most expensive places to live in the United States because of real estate. Why is that? Well, at one point there was a huge demand for real estate, and obviously prices are a function of supply and demand. One is demand. So therefore, we need to do things to encourage a greater supply. So what have you done as governor to encourage a greater supply, to make it easier for builders to build so that we can bring down the cost of housing and we can make it more affordable for people? I want to know specifically, what have you done? Let me see. Labor, have you helped increase the labor supply so that we can build more housing? No, Governor, you've actually done quite the opposite. With your Senate Bill 1718, you've driven 40% of the labor workforce out of Florida because of your lack of thinking. So you've actually made housing, by doing this, more expensive. And guess what? When it comes to housing and when it comes to inflation, guess where Florida and guess where South Florida and the Gulf Coast rates in the country? We are have the highest inflation in the United States, 3 times the national average. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm is at 9%. The national average is 3%. Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete is 7.3%. The national average is 3%. What are you doing to address this problem? Next, what have you done to address the insurance problem? Insurance, homeowners and auto insurance is out of control in Florida. We are 4 or 5 times higher, and I would say some even more than that, on insurance. I don't want to hear that it's all because of attorneys, it's because of lawsuits, it's because we have hurricanes. Every state in this country, unless I'm mistaken, have attorneys. They all have lawsuits. They all have fraud that occurs in all of these states. Florida is not the only state in the United States that gets hurricanes. Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, which is where I'm from. Sandy hit New England. All right, they all have hurricanes. We're not the only place that get hurt. So I don't want to hear this is the reason. No, it's because of the poor management and the poor regulation by you and the Department of Insurance Regulation and the legislature that have made the laws that have driven the insurance companies out. Why are they all leaving? Because it doesn't make sense for them to be here, because of the environment that they're in, which you all helped create the environment. You're the governor. You signed the legislation that your legislature has produced, and the Department of Insurance is appointed. The people at the top of it that make all the insurance decisions are appointed by you. And guess what? Every price increase for every insurance policy in Florida has to be approved by the Department of Insurance. Therefore, indirectly, it's approved by you because it's your people at the Department of Insurance that are approving it or not approving it. So there you have that. So that is at your feet. What are you doing to address this problem? I want to know. It's a huge problem. People are having to sell their homes because they can't afford homeowners, the windstorm, and the flood insurance, because you're not doing your good job as governor. Other states don't have this problem, only Florida. And we are not immune to the things I just mentioned. All the other states, basically in the South, have the same problem, but we're the only ones that have the insurance problem. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Another thing that you want to talk about, you want to woke. What have you done for education besides talk about woke? All you can say is woke. I mean, what a campaign. We're going to talk about your great campaign in a minute. But what have you done for education? If education is so great, then we should have teachers rushing in to be teachers in Florida. But under you, when you took over, there were 2,200 teacher vacancies in Florida. Now there are 10,000 teacher vacancies, Governor. Why is that? Why has it increased 500%? What have you done to drive the teachers out, and what are you not doing to attract teachers? Well, maybe number one, we could look at teacher pay. Teacher pay under you went from Florida was 46, not a good starting point when you took over. Out of teacher pay out of 50 states, we're now 48th out of teacher pay. Look at, Google it, you see what all the studies say. That's what they say. Where do we stand with overall teaching? There's another survey that just came out that I've already put out on TikTok that indicated the total teacher package benefits, everything about Florida is 50th out of 50 states. We are the worst. It is no wonder that teachers don't want to be teachers in Florida. And then look at all these new crazy laws. You can't say gay. They can't have books in their classroom that the your police force by your MAGA Moms for Liberty, right? For liberty for what? I mean, where are we going to? Europe in the 1930s? You call that liberty? I don't think that's liberty. Can't even have a book in your room that's not been approved by you guys. Otherwise, it's a third-degree felony. So I wonder why the teachers are leaving. And I wonder why Florida is not doing so well in education. Whose fault is that? That's your fault. Another study recently by CNBC rated Florida the 10th worst states of the states for overall well-being of its citizens. That means we are 40th out of 50. Not a good spot to be in. And it's CNBC. And then look at the best states for companies to be, for businesses. Florida's not in the top 10. North Carolina's number 1. Why are we not in the top 10? Look at women's health. I mean, you signed the 6-week abortion bill in the middle of the night with nobody there to see it. Why is that, Governor? You're not proud of this bill that you signed that take away women's rights? At 6 weeks, they don't even know that they're pregnant. They don't even know they're pregnant. If they've been raped or something, they don't even know it. But yet you've done that, and you did that in the middle of the night. And the same thing when you pass this new gun legislation for the open carry. The only people that were allowed to be there was the NRA. Why is that, Governor? And let's look now at tourism. Florida is dependent upon tourism. Over $100 billion industry. And because of your culture wars, because of your anti-immigrant, because of your anti-First Amendment, you go after Disney when they exercise their First Amendment right, and you try to go after them, and all these other culture issues, don't say gay, banning books, running the immigrants out of the state that we need with the massive labor shortage we've got. And all you can say is woke, woke, woke. And look where we are. The tourist industry in Florida right now is crashing. You've got the NAACP, the National Association of Advancement of Colored People. You've got the National Latino groups, and you've got the National Gay groups, and basically Democrats won't come to Florida. And they're not coming. It's showing up in the hotel tax revenues falling. It's shown in Orange County. It'll be shown in every county as they report it. The Miami Convention Center reports and Tourist Board shows that their hotel occupancy is down 61%. I know it's off in Fort Lauderdale where I am. All the hotel managers tell me they've got nobody that they should have. They're at 20 and 30%. They should be at 60 and 70. You look at the airport numbers that are coming in. Those are bad too. And I know I don't do tourist rides that I should be doing. I did 0 tourist rides today in Fort Lauderdale. 0 as an Uber driver, and I worked 12 hours. 0 tourist rides. What's up with that? There are no tourists here because of you. And that's all your fault. So the only thing you can say is woke, woke, woke. So I want to know what specifically you have done for Florida besides promote racism, fascism, and wokeism. That's all you can do. And no wonder your political campaign for president's not going so well. So tell me, help educate me on the specific things you've done to make the quality of life better financially for people and livability here in Florida. Tell us.